Alright, it looks like we are all set to go. So, I did mention a couple days ago that a new addition to patch 5.2 was coming out today. It is now here, and I know for those of you who are like me, who are hoping that we would see Hildebrand finally, you're out of luck because he's still not here. But he doesn't need to be, because for what we're going to be doing tonight, we're going to be getting something far more rewarding. I can say with certainty that this is definitely something that I never saw coming in a million years as far as the duration of this game is concerned. I thought it would be something that we would only see in Unrealm Reborn and to some extent within Heaven's Ward, but no further. Well, that has changed. Tonight essentially is the end of an era, and it will be taking place here in Kugane of all places, as we're going to be helping out some people who we never thought we'd be helping out with an adventure you'll never forget. So hey there Ichigo, Miguel, and to everyone else that's just logging on, we're glad to have you with us here tonight. So, greetings people of the world, Matthias Griffin back with you for the continuation of Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV Shadowbringers Live. So, here we are staying in Kogane Dori, the main marketplace of the city, and so, yeah, we're all dressed for battle, but we're not going to do that just yet. First of all, we need to dress a little more casually for what we're going to be doing, at least for a little while. So, to begin on this incredible quest, we have to speak to the man responsible for the Kogane Dori markets, Kaiten. We'll speak with him and take on the quest entitled Hail to the Queen. Judging by the look of relief on Kaiten's face, you have saved him a great deal of time. The Lord! My, what auspicious timing! I intended to send a visit to the Rising Stones, but it seems that is no longer necessary. Master Hancock wishes to speak with you regarding a matter of grave import. I can but imagine what other duties yet demand your attention. Still, he would request you meet him at the Ruby Bazaar at your earliest convenience. And so that's exactly what we'll do. We'll run to the opposite end of Kogane Dori, and make our way over to the Ruby Bazaar, to the East Ardener Trading Company's offices, a place we were before in Stormblood when we needed some help in an unexpected way. And it was through Mr. Hancock that we were able to get it, so let's go ahead and speak with him. Hey there Elizabeth, welcome to the stream, glad to have you with us. Yeah. Hey there Hancock, it's been a while, how you been? Yeah, I'm taking your customary bow. And so he returns at last. From what Totaro has told me, you've come rather a long way, to put it mildly. You got that right. And while the Scions remained locked in slumber, she sought aid from all corners of the realm. In fact, it was I to whom she first turned when searching for a champion to assist her in your absence. Well, the two of you did hit it off pretty well. Though, as you have no doubt surmised, I did not call you here to discuss such matters. I have received word from Lord Hien that the Bozian Resistance, our comrades in the Eastern Alliance, seek the aid of distinguished heroes in their fight against the Empire, and, naturally, your name immediately sprang to mind. Yeah, the Bozian Resistance? Or, I didn't realize they were part of the Eastern Alliance. Yeah, this is news to me. We do know who they are, given our association with the Gunbreaker quest. Indeed, though the city-state has since long fallen to Gaulian machinations, the remnants have agreed to join the cause. And with the Empire now in disarray, they would seize the opportunity to fight back. If you know the details in full, I think it best you speak with Lord Hien. His endless list of commitments makes him a hard man to find, however, so perhaps you can have one of his attendants at the House of the Fierce track him down for you. Alright then. I was puzzled though when they said House of the Fierce, because wouldn't it make sense to just go to the Doman Enclave? I mean, that's where Lord Hien does reside. Well, maybe we'll get all of our questions answered soon enough. So, into Yanshan territory. And our dominant tenant will be right over here. Hello there.
Greetings, good sir. Lord Hien has been expecting you. When word reached us from the Bozan resistance, Lord Hien knew at once there was but one man to whom he could turn. He left to the coattails not long ago. The view of Domer Castle helps him to calm his mind. This way, if you please.
Yeah, in fact, we actually gotta go quite a bit of distance out. Not quite into the Doman Enclave, but we still gotta make our way there nonetheless, so let's go ahead and ride out. As sunset begins to fall upon the land. Yeah, riding into the sunset as we seek to reconnect with Lord Hien for the first time in a long time. In fact, this is something you're going to be getting used to throughout the duration of this new series of quests. Us being hooked up again with familiar faces who we haven't seen in a very long time. Hancock was just the tip of the iceberg, and he's just the first of many. So as we descend here into Monzen, speak with the attendant again.
This way atop the broken bridge. He'll be most glad for your arrival.
And so, let's go ahead and find him. There he is, chilling out with Lady Ugiri. Yeah, so the three of them will have a brief discussion before I come on in. And so now, Shinji arrives. Greetings, Lord Hien. I've come on behalf of Corinne.
Do you remember when we first shared a view of this castle together? Still under the Guardians' control, perhaps, yet for all their wickedness, its beauty would not be so easily sullied.
Hello there. And turns out we're not alone.
It is good to see, my friend. You must forgive me for foregoing pleasantries, but our guest here is in dire need of your help.
Hello there. Malsak of the Bozan Resistance. A pleasure to make your acquaintance. Yeah, this is the Rothgar we're going to be dealing with. We know of your kind. As you have no doubt already heard from Lord Hien, my people seek to reclaim our homeland from the Empire. Under his auspices, and that of the Eosian Alliance, we aim to do just that.
However, we recently received word that the 4th Imperial Legion has been making plans of their own.
It has long held the provinces of Nangsha, Damaska, and Bozia in an iron grip, using its Damascan headquarters to house the bulk of its forces. Until recently, that is. They appear to be diverting resources and manpower to their forces stationed in Bozia. In fact, 3 battalions are en route as we speak. Well, no wonder you need my help. We thought perhaps to strike before they can fully assemble, but the Bozian resistance lacks the means to drive them off on its own.
Aid from the Damascan resistance groups has been sufficed. Sadly, even Fran of Lante's Tears has been unable to bring an end to their infighting.
All hope is not lost, however, for Lord Hien has made a most intriguing proposal. And what's that?
An idea not my own, I must confess. We have our old friend Gosetsu to thank.
Yeah, speaking of which, how's he been?
As the Empire tightened its grip on Zoma, our people were at a crossroads. Would they lay down and surrender or stand up and fight?
Yeah, Shinji told Corinne all about that. Or the other way around.
You sought me out that I could become the spark that lit the fire of rebellion. The same must be done for the Bozjans. They require a standard under which they can rally, a symbol of hope to steel them for what is to come.
Lacking a living figurehead such as Lord Hien, my comrades and I looked to our nation's past for inspiration. There, we found the answer we sought. Gunhilda's blades. Yeah, we've heard of them too. They were the elite guard of Queen Gunhilda, possessed of weapons blessed by the gods.
Their exploits would become legend after defending our peoples against the Alligans in the Third Astral Era. The strength of their steel was matched only by their dedication to the Queen. Should one lose their life in her service, their holy blade was then passed on to a successor. In time, their title would lend itself to the most renowned of their weaponry, the gunblade. But in truth, each member of her guard was master of a unique weapon. Though these sacred relics have been lost to time, I would see them forged anew. Armed thus, our people would know no fear, and drive back our oppressors just as Queen Gunhilda did the Alligans. An admittedly lofty and otherwise unattainable goal for one such as I, which is why I have travelled far and wide in search of great minds and greater heroes who might lend us their aid. We would be honoured to have one of your renown at our side. So yeah, this is where I come in. We value the Bosian's commitment to the cause, and I would see their plans come to fruition. And so, unfortunately, duty demands that I remain here. I could not in good conscience leave knowing the Empire yet threatens the brawler to Alamigo. Should you choose to accompany him to Bosia, might I also act as a representative of the Eastern Alliance in my stead? Leave it to me, or I'll do what I can. Yeah, leave it to me, man. I got your back. Kryn chose wisely.
Thank you, my friend. If there's aught else you require of the Eastern Alliance, you need only ask. Safe travels to you both.
Yeah. And Lady Ugiri never says a word. So away we go. As the sun is setting on this night in Doma. So we'll go ahead and wait for Marsak to appear, and we'll complete the first of this series of quests. An airship to our base has been prepared for us at the Enclave's dock. I hope to see you there soon. And so our first quest will net us 1,357 gil, and we will now proceed to speak with Marsak again to take on our next quest entitled Path to the Past. Marsak is ready to depart. When you have finished your preparations, meet me at the dock, and we can be on our way. And so we will go ahead and meet up with him there. So off to the Enclave. I believe it's been a while for Shinji though since I last had him here at the Enclave, so I may need to update the Aetherite lists, because I don't think he has the one by the docks. But I'll know it in a moment when I arrive. And obviously, since everyone's going en masse to the Dome and Enclave, it's going to be very busy here tonight. I was right, in fact, he doesn't even have that much in terms of Aetherites attuned to around here. I should probably go ahead and cover all of them after I'm done with this. Now, where's that one for the river? Where's that thing? Oh, there you are. Hiding. It's like, what is this thing? Alright, let's run over to the airship pilot. He's in somewhere. Can we get bold, sir? Indeed we are. We're going to Gangos. And so, under cover of night, this boat, which also doubles as an airship, is on its way. So yeah, you'll certainly get quite the interesting experience as we arrive at our new destination in uncharted territory.
Yeah, perhaps it should not come as much of a surprise that, once again, since so many people are going to be here, it'll take a while to arrive. So this is where we are coming to. This little cove. And upon our arrival, Shinji and our new friend Marisak are gonna assess the situation here. So take me where you need to go. As he introduces us to some of his friends, and we'll get to meet them too. Thought we should play host to the liberator of Doma and All Amigo himself. Actually, I come on that liberator's behalf. I did not think you could be persuaded to help us. Bolsayen, leader of the Boson Resistance. Not the best choice for the job if I'm to be frank, but I will bear the title all the same. Yeah, that's also quite the fancy mustache you've got. Yeah, it's not merely a mustache, it's crow whiskers.
Bloody hells, man, you won't inspire much confidence speaking like that.
Oh, sorry, I need a deeper voice there. Haha, you're quite right, Master Geralt. While you're here, won't you come and welcome our guest? Yeah, for those of you not familiar who this is, if you've ever been doing side content in the in a Realm Reborn after you've cleared the Praetorium for the first time, this guy helps you to create your first relic weapon with whatever of the initial 10 warrior jobs that you've chosen to get it through. And you can keep getting them through him until you get as many as you want, or you can have them all. And yeah, somehow he's ended up coming from the northern part of the Black Shroud all the way here to Bozia. Ugh, what the seven hells are you doing here? Yeah, we're shocked to see him too. As Eorzea's greatest hero and the finest blacksmith. With the two of you here, our plan is sure to succeed. With that Queen Gunhilda, we're here to witness this. Yeah, they seem very grateful, but Geralt's like, whatever. Follow me. Oh, Shinji, just between us, I'm only here to pay off debts to that black-hearted snake Rowena. It seems you're always doing that, Geralt. She's been selling supplies to the Resistance, and they happened to mention they were in need of a smithy, so she went and told them I'm the greatest bleeding smithy in the realm with skills that would put Birago himself to shame. Can't rightly say I'm even half of what she claimed, but I'll do me damnedest. They're happy to ply me with good grub and even better booze, so play along, will ye? Like, alright, I got your back. Now that you're both here, I believe it is time our plans be made clear. Messiah. Yeah, the female part of this group, our female Rogadin.
Yes, of course. Our goal is to reforge the weapons wielded by Gunhilda's blades. Simple in principle, less so in execution. The weapons themselves and most of the texts denoting the history of Her Majesty and her guard were lost to the devastation of the Fourth Umbral Calamity. That said, we managed to obtain certain pieces of information and coupled with Master Gallo's knowledge and expertise, we have made great strides in reproducing these vaulted blades of Eld.
We worked out the manner of the weapons they wielded, their shape and weight, and even the materials needed from reforge. But we've learned bugger all about what gives them spirit. Yeah, it's not like quite your typical relic weapon. Yeah, enlighten-us.
It has said that Queen Gunhilda etched a holy inscription into each blade, thus granting them the power of the gods. Unfortunately, no records of any such engravings remain, but there is still hope. Though not by pale imitations, there once existed replicas which may very well abound these inscriptions. Alas, they were lost when Bozia's citadel fell.
So what do we do about that? Do you know of the Bozia incident? Yeah, we know of your friend who was on the receiving end of that in the Gunbreaker quest. It sounds vaguely familiar. A bitter chapter in our history for what marked the end of Bozia as we knew it.
15 summers past, the Guardians were conducting experiments seeking a means to make a contact with a lesser moon, Dolomood, which is also the catalyst for the calamity that brought 1.0 to an end. They believed the satellite to be possessed of immense power, and a lunar transmitter was erected in the hopes of harnessing it. But when the transmitter was activated and the signal sent, Dolomood responded with an immense blast of raw energy. The destruction wrought defied reckoning.
The citadel, the relics of Queen Gunhilda's kingdom, naught was left but smoke and ash.
Yeah, total devastation. Hope ain't lost yet though. The citadel's been wiped off the bloody map eye, but there's still a way for us to find those inscriptions, or so I've been told. An explanation better left to one far more knowledgeable than I. Yeah. Speaking of which, they will point us in the direction of someone like that. But where are they? Turns out they're right over there. And in another case of a forgotten face from a while ago, yeah, it's now time for reminiscing within the Zodiac Brave story, to once again meet up again with the student of Baldessian known as Makoto. And no, not that Makoto. Hello there, it's been a while. Hey Luna, welcome to the stream, glad to have you with us. And hello again to you, Makoto.
'Tis good to see you again, Shinji, though I'd hoped to accomplish more before your arrival.
Don't tell me your name is, or I'm sure your help will be as invaluable now as it was aboard the Prima Vista. Yeah, Corinne told Shinji all about it.
You are far too kind. If not for your heroism, Ramza and Rama would have...
I was about to say would be. No, it's would have. Like, come on, dry those tears. One aura to another. One rain to another. From the onset of our endeavor, it was abundantly clear that one versed in aetherology would be essential. We relayed this to the Alliance, who then introduced us to Mikoto. She is said to be one of the brilliant minds among the students of Baldessian.
And yet, it is my ineptitude that demands your presence here. I was all but certain that Geld and I alone would suffice in this. Alas!
Yeah, what's holding it back?
The matter she speaks of concerns a long-forgotten practice of holy men who once inhabited these lands. Utilizing uniquely aspected crystals, these seers are able to provide succor for those with ailments of the mind. They possess the ability to shape their very memories, removing those deemed harmful and replacing them, that the patient may find some semblance of peace.
Meaning, I too dismiss the notion that such practices could exist. That is until a recent excavation unearthed compelling evidence of their work. The crystals we believe were used in their healing. Unfortunately, we were unable to discern how they are meant to be used. It was at this juncture that we petitioned for Mikoto's assistance. Oh, there you are, Lander Dust. Well lost. Made any progress?
My initial analysis suggests the crystals were artificially created at some point in the distant past. The materials used suggested that they were most likely produced by the ancestral peoples of this area. What's more, their ethereal signature is strictly similar to the oscillatory activity of the brain waves, which, when made to resonate with the distinct frequency NRR-type harmonic vibrations of an individual's... I've done it again, haven't I?
Yeah. Speaking in too far complex terms,
I think a simple approach is in order. Every living being is comprised of corporeal ether of the flesh, incorporeal ether of the soul, and the ethereal residue of their memories. Were one to be possessed of only corporeal ether, they would be but a walking corpse. Conversely, entities comprised of only incorporeal ether are referred to in layman's terms as ghosts. In either case, they may also retain some of their residual memories.
Aye, zombies and ghosts, I follow.
These crystals are able to isolate and resonate with the ethereal signature of memories. This allows the seals to probe the minds of their patients.
That's all well and good, lass, but what if their mind ain't what it used to be? Or they were too deep in their cups to remember what you were looking for?
An excellent question, Master Geralt. We are all possessed of two types of memory, explicit and implicit. As their name suggests, explicit memories refer to an active remembrance of previous experiences, while implicit memories are acquired and stored passively. For example, when making a new acquaintance, their appearance will become part of your explicit memory, allowing you to recall that information. Should a great deal of time pass without meeting, however, such recollection can prove difficult. Yet in the moment, your mind also takes record of the sounds and smells of the location, the temperature, and so on.
Hey there, Yomi, welcome to the stream, glad to have you with us.
Perhaps that demonstration will better explain this phenomenon.
Without a seer, or don't we need some sort of spell? Yeah, don't we need a spell of some sort?
Thankfully, that will not be necessary.
And how's that?
When I was first told of the seals and their practices, I was immediately reminded of your ability to peer into the past.
As in?
I believe these people were blessed with a similar gift, and it is for that reason that they were chosen to serve as seers. Though I too am possessed of the Echo, I lack the ability to peer into the past as you do, and thus have been unable to win the power of these crystals.
That's why we called you here.
Until now, I could do naught but posit theories. With your help, however, I may now put them to the proof.
How do we go about that?
And you, Master Geralt, shall be my first test subject.
He's like, what? I'm supposed to be working on the smith. I'm supposed to be working on the forge. Yeah, he's like, I don't want anything to do with this. And then he's like, oh man. And so, sometime later, we retreat now to one of the huts, where Master Geralt is lying on a table.
Shinji, I would like you to recall the last time you experienced the Echo. Concentrate on that feeling. Master Geralt, I need you to recall a memory in the past. It may be anything you like.
You better not go poking around in there, digging up some unsavory like. You hear, lass?
Please, Master Geralt, focus.
And so there's the device that we're going to be using to quote-unquote channel the Echo, as it were. Yeah, we got a blinding white light. Don't worry, it'll vanish eventually. There it is. So where are we? Well, we're still here in the Resistance's camp. As we look around. Yeah, we got Geralt and he's having conversations with someone, and hey, even Makoto showed up. Yeah, even she can't believe she's here.
This is most unexpected. For reasons I cannot yet explain, it appears the Echo has allowed me to accompany you into his memory.
Yeah, where he's having once again an argument with Rowena.
You're a skilled smith, Geralt, there's no denying that, but you hold money about as well as your liquor.
Well, what good is blood? What bloody good is money if you can't spend it? Man has to live a little, Rowena.
Aye, and it won't hurt for a man to use his head neither. With all that talent of yours, I reckon you could have amassed a small fortune by now. Could have you been sitting on the syndicate instead of Goldberts?
A guy who wears no pants, or a guy who wears no shirt? You be the judge. As if I'd ever want to be anything like that doddering old half-dressed. What are you looking at? Yeah, he's like, I'm looking at you. Didn't realize my memory was so sharp. Yeah, you somehow are seeing yourself.
As you can see, implicit memory is surprisingly comprehensive. From the clear skies and ocean waves down to the exact words of your conversation, everything appears to be imperfectly preserved.
You weren't listening to that, were you? Yeah, we heard all of it. So you were having an argument with Rowena as you usually do.
Every time someone gives you good advice, you turn around and do the complete sodding opposite. I used to like that rebellious streak of yours, but now I see you're just a bloody idiot. Honestly, I don't know what I ever saw in you.
Other than money. Whatever it is you think you saw, it ain't as if I've ever changed since then. And he ain't neither. Still as beautiful as the day we met. Like, oh, you're so flattering. Hold on a minute. I never said anything like that. I swear on me last mortal ale.
Implicit memories, while quite comprehensive, are not always true to fact. In the case of painful or otherwise undesirable experiences, they can be obfuscated to protect oneself from hard truths. Our perception of reality can also distort them as well, even when first committed to the mind. Then as time passes, such distortions can grow. Happy memories become more joyous, sad ones all the more bitter. Explicit memory is particularly sensitive to such misrepresentations of events, for man is wont to remember what is most convenient for his worldview. That is why we seek the implicit, for there we are most likely to find the truth.
Does this qualify as truth? Yeah. Why are these two dressed like they're going for a summon of eternal bonding? Yeah, having fun in the waves. Just running around, splashing each other while dressed in their bride's gown and tuxedo. Are we sure this is right? The truth? Rowena and I were only here a week ago. Don't tell me my memory's doubly unreliable.
A self-imposed delusion, perhaps. As I said before, the mind has ways of concealing painful memories.
Or bizarre ones. Yeah. Is it actually possible those two were actually married at one point and then Geralt went off the deep end and they divorced? Yeah. Sends chills down his spine. Yeah. I ain't feeling so well. If you'll excuse me. Yeah. We saw memories of his that I don't think we were meant to see.
As you can see, these crystals allow us to choose specific points in a person's past to observe at will. Unlike the echo, however, what we see will not always be as it really was.
Yet there still remains the matter of finding one who has seen the replica weapons and their inscriptions. At this present juncture, we might as well be looking for a ghost. After the Gaulian invasion of Bozia, it was all but cut off from the world. None were allowed in or out, meaning all of its residents, and likely any who may have glimpsed the weapons, died when the citadel was destroyed. What about soldiers stationed there who were away at the time of the incident? Even if we were able to find them, I doubt they would be persuaded to cooperate. So what do? We see Makoto blacking out. And all of a sudden we see Sid here. And he's not having a good dream.
No, please! Lord Fortis, no!
You know, we're just looking at the man writhing in pain as he's suffering from one excruciating nightmare. Yeah, how did that happen?
You saw it too? My visions, they are not of what has come to pass, but what is yet to be. Could it be the crystal allowed us to share my vision as well?
Makoto, Shinji, are you two alright?
Well, we are, but we need to tell you something. Sid! Sid Garland! Sort of the monster behind the Meteor Project? Well, yeah, I guess you could call him that. Come to think of it, Yugiri mentioned that Doma and the Yoyozian Alliance have been receiving support from Garland Ironworks. I thought that the company should use such a moniker mere happenstance, but you mean to say Sid Garland owns this company? Yes, he does. The son of Midas non-Garland lives. Yeah, I don't think he's happy about that. Would have wished he would have remained, having lost his memories and still was a monk.
He must be summoned at once. If he was at the Citadel prior to its destruction, it's quite possible he may have seen the replicas. Fate is a cruel mistress, pinning our hopes on a Garlean. The get of that bastard Midas no less. Is there truly no other way? Pausian, please! Very well. I only hope our fallen comrades can forgive us.
Yeah, he's not happy about this, but
Please, bring us this Sid Garland. For the people of Bosia, for all of Ilsabard.
yes, please deliver unto us this man. We are not worthy. Yeah, and we're like, okay. We're just brushing it off like there's no big deal. It's like, okay. Yeah, and to think we're just at the tip of the iceberg. Pausian?
I do not imagine he sympathizes with our plight, but from what I gather, he has no life for the Empire either. If that will suffice in persuading him to aid us, then so be it. I hear there are engineers stationed at Walgard's Reach. Perhaps you can begin your search for Garland there.
So that's where he's encouraging us to go, so that's where we will go. So time to return to Walgar's Reach. And so upon arrival, let's head on over to the representative for the Ironworks that's based here. Yeah, and it's not Jesse, if you can believe it. In fact, for the first time, a Vieira joins the ranks.
Say, hold you Shinji. Saver Evielzia, liberator of all amigos, so on and so forth. The name's Lilia, newest recruit to the Ironworks. What can I do for you?
Well, here's how you can help me out.
The chief? Too busy by half, according to Jesse. Between you and me, though, I think it's a load of...
Load of what? And speaking of Jesse...
Oh, do go on. A load of what? I was saying what a load off your shoulders it must be, knowing the chief is back from whatever he was doing. Speaking of whom, Shinji said he wanted to speak with him about... What was it again? God's damn, Lilia, you may hear better than most, but you're a terrible listener.
Yeah, Jesse always treats people like crap.
Would you mind starting again from the beginning?
I guess. Yeah. Basically, here's why we need your boss.
I see. Well, he just missed him. Sirius Wall is due for maintenance and he has in mind to oversee it personally. That said, any matters concerning you are top priority. I'll see if I can reach him.
And so away she goes. If only for a moment. Just to let Sid know, yeah, you're needed.
I take it this is an average day for you? Must be hard. Always having to put on a brave face as you're thrust into danger. People tugging you this way and that, like some sort of errand boy.
So you heard?
Not that we don't appreciate what you do for us. Goodness knows I do. In fact, well, you see, I'm something of a fan. I knew the Ironworks worked with you on occasion, but I didn't think I'd have the chance to meet you in person. Can I shake your hand?
You ever actually do that sort of thing?
Lilia, sitting back took a load off of my shoulders, not yours. Don't you have work to do? All right, work. Duty calls, but hopefully we'll meet again soon.
Yeah, it was nice to meet you. And away she goes.
She says I'll meet her at the Dominant Enclave. Not the most convenient of locations, but it'll have to do, I'm afraid.
Not a problem.
One more thing. The Bersia incident is something of a sore spot for the Chief. Even if it was an accident, most people outside the Empire remember it as a massacre. The Chief tried to put a stop to his father's experiments, but his pleas fell on deaf ears. Even now, he still blames himself for it all. I should have tried harder, he say. I could have saved him, I could have saved all of them. All that genius and the man can't find a way to forgive himself.
Yeah, it is pretty rough, isn't it?
So if you're aiming to go digging through his past, be careful. I dread to think what demons he's got locked away in that brain of his.
Yeah, stuff he'd rather stay locked away if he was still Marquez. Yeah, meanwhile, hey Lilia, welcome back. Yeah, and so off camera, he shakes her hand. So let's go and speak with her again.
She's as tough as Magitech armor plated when she wants to be, but her heart's in the right place. A shame she's always so busy.
That is quite a tongue twister.
As are you, if I'm not mistaken. I won't keep you any longer. Best of luck.
And so for completing this quest, we get our choice of one of 4 Tier 8 materia. Not that we need any of these, so we'll go ahead and take a quick tongue. Yeah, so we'll go ahead and speak with her again in a moment. I'm gonna go ahead and make a quick break. I need to go get myself some water, so I'll be back in a moment. Alright, I'm back. And so, it is now time for us to go ahead and take on the next quest associated with this series of challenges. So let's go ahead and speak with Lilia again to take on our next quest, entitled The Yacht Incident. The Ironworks engineer is confused as to why you are still here and not at the Dominant Enclave.
The Chief said he'd meet you at the Dominant Enclave, didn't he? Well, best not to keep him waiting.
You got it. So, back to the Enclave. Alright, we've arrived. Should be at the dock. Yeah, he is. So let's go and head on over there. Speak with the pilot and let him know that we're ready to meet up with Sid.
Master Garland, yes, I've seen him restlessly pacing about the Enclave. If you wait here, I'm sure he'll come by before long.
And speaking of which, there he is. Hey there, Sid. Yeah, let's have a gander at the 100% completed Enclave.
It's hard to believe this place was, until recently, occupied by the Gallians. Doma has a long way to go before it regains its former glory, but they're off to a good start.
Indeed they are. But here's why I need to speak to you.
So I've heard. If the Persians wish to follow the Doman's lead, I plan to do what I can to help them.
And so,
in fact, I've already spoken to Lord Hien and agreed to divert part of the Ironworks resources to assist in Doman's reconstruction. The offer seemed to have taken him by surprise, but I assured him that in addition to the Ironworks' commitment to freedom through technology, I have my own reasons to reverse the destruction wrought by the Empire. While it's true that I eventually defected, I played no small part in the development of magitech now used by their military. Sometimes it's the threads that you can't see that have the strongest ties. Would that I could cut them.
Yeah, and how did Lord Hien take your response? Or the Empire's sins aren't yours to bear? Like, yeah, you don't have to shoulder that burden.
Even so, not a day goes by that I don't think about the part I played in the atrocities they committed. If I could have made my father see reason, there would have been no Boziar incident. But I was powerless to stop him.
It's like, come on, Sid. Now's not the time for that.
Yes, you're right. There's a time for wallowing in self-pity and a time for action. I plan to do whatever I can for the Bozian resistance, but they're up against the 4th Legion. If they're to stand a chance, their allies here in the Far East won't be enough. They're going to need all the help they can muster.
And that's where we come in.
I'm not entirely sure what part I'll have to play in all this, and I doubt anything I do now will be enough to atone for my past mistakes. But if it means throwing a spanner in the Empire's works, then count me in.
Thanks, Sid. Alright there, Mr. Pilot. Take us away. Yeah, so you're continuing on here. Your initial thoughts on what you guys have seen so far? Because I'm pretty sure that for what we're getting ourselves into, this is already pretty intense. And it's only going to get crazier as we go along. Alright, we've returned. So yeah, Makoto's in around here somewhere. Go and speak with her. Upon speaking with Makoto, several cutscenes will play in sequence. It is recommended that you set aside sufficient time to view these scenes in their entirety. Proceed? Yes. And so, here comes Sid. Well, at least they're kind enough to pay respects. Yeah, basically Sid's like, I'm sorry for your loss. So Makoto will explain to Sid why exactly he's here. Yeah, so it is a pretty extensive description, and she ends up going a bit over Sid's head as well. But sometime later, we lay down and sit on the same table that Geralt was on.
If you're ready, I will begin our exploration. Think back to your time at Bozia Citadel. You needn't focus on a specific memory if that helps.
Alright, just promise me you'll be careful in there. And so, away we go. Time to once again put Mikoto's skills to the test. So let's bring out the fancy crystal. And concentrate, you three. The crystal lights up. And what are we going to be taking a look at? It fades to black. And then before long, we'll see where we ended up. Also, sorry for the spoilers. But I can't control that, that's just how the log window works. Alright, so this is where we ended up. This is Bozia Citadel, alright. At least I think it was. Was everything that was so distorted when we tested this before?
Your recollection of this place appears grossly incomplete.
Yeah, well, I'd rather not stand around laboring over details. Let's look for the transmission tower in the Principia. And now it's time for us to dress for battle. Of course, since we're over in the source, we're wearing our blue Dragoon armor. Yeah, do you see that? A military beast appeared out of thin air. Out of my mind, I suppose. What in the world? The road, it just ends!
A consequence of your incomplete memories? You have to think back, Sid. Where does this road lead?
Yeah, and you can see the scenery of Bozia itself as we're going along. And all the fancy constellations, quote-unquote, that are appearing all around us, too. We have to speak with Sid directly in order to continue on. This all seems so absurd. Recalling the Citadel shouldn't be so difficult. Try recalling the cityscape, or do you remember where the Imperial troops were heading? Not specifically, no, but they were on edge. Something to do with the Academy's research. Well, try recalling the cityscape then. I remember the blue of the cobblestone streets. If not for the occasional military installation, it would have looked like any other city. Wait, I remember. And it does. Wait for it opens.
You've done it, Sid! The road has returned!
We should be able to reach the Principia if we keep heading north. Yeah, I should have switched over to Sid's voice over there. Make your way to the transmission tower now. Look, there's the transmission tower. Yeah, get a load of this thing. Oh, crap, I'm losing control of my controller. Yeah, there it is. Get a load of this thing. Heck, even Belsar's wall makes a cameo. Sorry, Shinji, try as I might, my mind is drawing a blank. Maybe there's something around here that might jog my memory. And we can't go any further. A psychological stimulus to protect prompt recollection. That just won't work. Also, I realized, yeah, the one thing over there is not what I need. It's actually over here. You find the smoldering remnants of magic-tech armor, no doubt left after a fierce battle. Oh, I have to touch them both. Yeah, when I did this, when I was testing this morning, I thought, oh, maybe I only have to touch one thing. You find a pile of well-worn blades and shields, though not of Imperial design. Okay, yeah, that forces continuation. And for some reason I thought I only had to interact with one item. Weapons and Majas of Karma. Right. The fighting had already started, and I was... Well,
Well done, Sin. Let us press onward.
so now continuing on. And now the music's going away. Why, you may ask?
The tension in the air is palpable.
Yeah, they did mention that there was fighting going on. Oh, right, the soldiers were on high alert that day. The Bozan resistance had infiltrated the Citadel to stop the Academy's experiments. And here's them coming to blows. Do you suppose this possibly can tamper with this memory? Yeah, you don't want to be recollecting this. Yeah. Let's pick a fight with these Guardians. Also, something that's really weird. In other circumstances, the Ekros wields a spear, but in this case they're wielding a bow and arrow. Which is really strange. Also, since Sid and Makoto are fighting with you... Oh, I guess I can't do that yet. Yeah. Since Sid and Makoto are fighting with you, you can actually use your... If you're on Dragoon, you can use your Dragon Sight to team up with them. Problem is, the soldiers just get right back up. Pick up right where they left off. Yeah, it's not that simple to take these guys down.
The memory appears to be mending itself? Interesting.
Altering memories is easier said than done, it seems. Well, let's keep going. Yeah, let's have these guys continue on unabated. Damn it, I'm losing control of my controller again! What's going on here? Yeah, we also see that we're coming to a stop, but there's a reason for that. This is the transmission tower, the Principia. And we're getting pulled in to this. What the seven hells are these?
Could they be a manifestation of your subconscious? They like to suppress your memories of the Citadel. Meaning they intend to purge us from your mind, we cannot let them!
Yeah, so now we have to fight all these things. Thank you for watching up. And I gotta stack them all up here. Take them as quickly as possible. Problem is, there's more of them. Yeah, we have to hold on here, so we have to do 2 rounds! Not only that, we now have to deal with new threats. Well, here there, Sid. Latch on to me. I got your back, man. Yeah, he can fight in this situation, so it is not a bad idea to team up with him here. Problem is, we got more crap incoming. Oh, Makoto, step aside. Oh, hold on. Don't touch that dial. Yeah, you were not doing that a 3rd time. So as they deliberate about this further, we're nearly to the tower. Alright, onward. Yeah, because you know more crap is coming. Just a little further. Yeah. Right to a purple line. And we know what happens when we see a purple line on a field of battle. Time for some music from the Rising, because Dalamud is now activated. and Bahamut is emerging from it. He's now standing in our way, and we gotta beat him too.
This has to be another attempt by your subconscious to stop us. You have to pull yourself together, Sid.
Are we sure I'm not suffering from a sudden onset of psychosis? We're about to find out. Away we go. Yeah, the thing is, in this situation, Sid is going to get wiped out early. So it'll just be Makoto and I fighting the rest of the way. Watch out for that flare breath. Now I will mention earlier that I died in testing earlier today to this move because Flatten, you think it just looks like a regular attack, but then he immediately follows up with a 3-pronged layer of AoE. That caught me off guard because I was not expecting it, because it came right after and there was no way I could escape from it. That's why I had to start this fight over again. Also, because of it, I should let you know, in this situation, if you die at any point during the course of this experience, you are allowed to have the option to restart from this fight and not have to go back to the beginning of it. Yeah, you don't have to go back to the very beginning if you don't want to. You can if you want. But you do have the option to pick up from here, if you desire. Also, I should have offered Makoto a little of this. Okay, now we got lots of crazy AoE. Dodging it is pretty tricky though. Yeah, that is a ton of AoE. Something you would normally expect in an extreme battle. And I can't sprint from this. At least not yet. But would I really want to? Now he's got rotational AoE. Next move, Makoto is strong enough to follow it all. Makoto, use this. Now if I can just get back on Bahamut himself. Yeah, Sid won't take any further damage from the fight from this point forward. 46,000. Get ready for triple layered AoE. Yeah, that even with the single prong, unless you have sprint, that is tough to avoid. We do have him down to his last 10. And there we go. We got it. All's right with the world again. Thank you, I feel better now. Glad you are.
Perhaps your subconscious will be more forthcoming with the truth of this memory.
Let's hope you're right. Away we go. So with all that behind us, what will we see as we enter the tower?
Is that Sid? Do we recall this happening?
Yeah, we're about to have a confrontation of sorts. Father was so angry that day, he says.
Father, please, if you would just look over this data!
Which his father says no. Enough, damn you! The next time you question me, it shall be your lost. Now leave!
You of all people should understand the risks. Why do you refuse to see reason?
Yeah, he just couldn't get through to his dad. His father unlocked him to overlook data, no matter the source.
Look here! He left behind his research documentation.
Discarded documents. Let's have a look. You pick up the research documents and find page after page of meticulous calculations and observational data on Dalmu. Young Sid posits that the lesser moon may very well possess the ability to harness and manipulate solar power. Moreover, the vast stores of energy it has amassed over the millennia, should they be unleashed, would far exceed any parameters the transmission towers may have been designed to withstand.
Had they got this data, the Empire would avoid a calamity!
Which they did. So many sleepless nights spent with those damn papers all for nothing.
If my suspicions are correct, never mind, let us press on, the truth awaits us.
Yeah, now we gotta go into the main area, to the control panels. And we once again breach another purple line. And we do see the replicas of Gunhilder's blades. But that's not all we're going to be seeing. So as we have a look at this area, yeah, it's just one artifact on display. One of many. And so now, we see the remedy of Sid. Know your place, Whelp. The Meteor Project cannot, will not be stopped. Certainly not by the likes of you. Yeah, and so Young Sid's frustrated at the Emperor. He's like, can you please at least listen to me? No, this is all wrong. Emperor Sodus couldn't have been there. What do you mean? Uh-oh. Yeah, something's wrong here. And then he pulls out a gun, takes a shot. It goes by young Sid and hits old Sid. That's how desperate he was willing to go. That he was willing to fire a warning shot at Sid, but he ended up hitting the older version.
No, please! Lord Varus, no!
Yeah, remember what we saw earlier? Yeah, you're now getting to see it firsthand.
Sid, you mustn't forget, this is only a memory!
But what do? The guy's wounded and bleeding from his mouth. And then all of a sudden... Yeah, young Sid's the one lying there. And old Sid somehow is just fine. How'd that happen? It's like, oh man. Yeah, Sid is not happy about this. Especially since Varus now has an upgrade. Sid Garland, bringer of ruin. Herald of Ash, your father must be proud. Well, we're not. At least not of you saying those things. How does it feel to know such calamity follows in your wake? That your failings bring death to all you hold dear? Yeah, Sid is really having a hard time keeping it together. It's like, let me handle them. Yeah, like, you need to recover. We got this. And now you would set this filth against me. Very well. Yeah, you know how those high-ranking members of the Guardian royal family always seem to have upgrades. But one fate awaits those who oppose the will of the Empire. Yeah, we're gonna get pushed back here. And Makoto's doing everything she can to stand her ground.
This trouble is too much! He's lost control! But course, Shinji. Perhaps we can alternate with the echo.
Why would we do that? Think of your truest friends, or think of your strongest allies. Yeah, considering we're getting a pushback here. Yeah, we need to find a way to push back. And so, suddenly out of nowhere, yeah, you're not seeing things. Those are the Scions, and Ween joining us too. How they come from the source? Yeah, we didn't bring them here through the way that the Crystal Exarch was trying to.
That was always Lord Kratos' strength. Instilling in others the courage to rise up. The courage to fight for what's right.
Well, even then, we're still fighting him in a dream sequence. Yeah. We get a confrontation against Dream Sequence Varus. And we have, of all people assisting us, visions of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, and every single one of us, and Makoto, and Green, are involved too. And there's also a barrier that we cannot touch. So away we go. So this is how he opens. And he's gonna put stuff behind us. Warning shot of what's to come. And you gotta watch your back as well. Yeah, and this was before he actually became Emperor, because he doesn't have the Zeus title, he has the J title, meaning he was still a prince at this time. Yeah, Thancred offers a tank force because he's on the Gunbreaker roll. Yeah, watch out, that's gonna hurt. And it's double layered. This means I get to pretty much hit him unobstructed. Also, I'm throwing a lot of critical hits, which is good. We need them. We need all the critical hits we can possibly get. Now he goes and does a reverse of what he did earlier. He says I tire of these games. Which is why, yeah, he's now gaining a little altitude. And he's gonna try to do an X marks the spot on us. I can take the brunt of it, but I'll need a little help. You certainly will. There'll be not left of you but ash, he says. Orionji provides us with a barrier. We're waiting for this thing to be made vulnerable to attack. Now, go! Everything you got there, guys. And there we go. Suffered some damage, but it's not fatal. Away we go again. Get out of the way of that. Let's do this again. He says to mount our heads upon our wall, upon his wall. Also stay clear of that so they don't get knocked back into A place you shouldn't be standing in. Speaking of which. Yeah, Ishtora is the most awkward person here for this battle. I mean, you can hear the others, but not as well. Yes, now we'll go for another big charge again. That's this short AoE. Although there's not really much of a point for it. We do need to spread out here so that we're not dying or killing anyone else. And we're clear. Not yet, we still have to get to the last 10%. Dive bomb on your head. Yeah, his last hurrah. Gets that off. But that's all he'll do. Yes, the Scions saved the day. In an unexpected way. Yeah, I did say this was intense, did I not? Yeah, I was not kidding when I said that. And so, after our victory, hit the ground, Varus. Yeah, so as we stare at him, this isn't right either. Emperor, Lord Varus, he wasn't there. The Academy was given full charge of the project. So what's going on?
Though these events are as you remember them, this is not the truth. Not entirely. Whoever this is, your mind has been trying to protect you from them.
So what are we looking at? Well, now thin air, but then... Yeah, he's back on his feet still. He's like, oh man. But then we realize, yeah, we're getting to see the tape being rewound. For an instant replay, as it were. Yeah. Bullet goes back into the gun. Yeah. Don't stand behind him this time there, Sid. Unless you want a repeat of what just happened. Yeah, and Sid's like, yeah, I'm just walking by my younger self, because these two are frozen in place. Well, if it isn't Forrest, then who the hell is it? What could I have possibly hide from myself? I don't know if Forrest is really tall. But then... Yeah. That wasn't Forrest. That's his dad. So it was you who pulled the trigger. Father. Yep. Turned it against his own son.
See, look! His eyes!
What about them? Yeah, that's pretty creepy. As to two of his eyes, not his third. No, it can't be. Yeah, by this point he was already possessed. Like, dude. This is what he was already like.
If contact with Dalamun was able to stir Bahamut to consciousness, it stands to reason that Dreadworm discovered a way to link the tower, and thereby enslave your father. In which case, there was nothing that could be done for him. There is no arguing or reasoning with such individuals. There's only the will of the primal.
Yeah, heartbreak.
And if Bahamut was controlling your father at the time of the accident...
Yeah, you know what that means, right?
Then in all likelihood it wasn't an accident.
That's right. At least we've helped to put this fear to rest, and so the truth finally comes to light. Yeah, you stare into your father's eyes, or what's left of them. He was already a lost cause. Yeah, he was already too far gone. Yeah, what did you all think of that? Quite the climax, huh? And so, when it was all said and done, Mikoto lets the resistance know what went down. And they couldn't be happier. Sid, though, still has a lot to think about.
Bahamut's thrall and no one was the wiser. Not even your own son.
Yeah, and he gets to take a look at his necklace for a while. So after he gets back on his feet... You crazy bastards did it! Once Mikoto described the inscriptions to me, I'll have those 4 weapons forged in no time. On behalf of the Bozon Resistance, you have my deepest thanks. Glad we could be of service. I'm just glad I could help. Ever since that fateful day, the truth of what befell our loved ones had eluded us. I held the Empire and your father are responsible for their part in the tragedy, and for many years that hatred was all that kept me going. Indeed, I was blinded by that hatred, so much so that you even appeared to me as an enemy. I could not see the blood, sweat, and tears you had poured into bettering the lives of those seeking freedom from the Empire. I could see only a Guardian, and for that I am sorry. At least we buy you around there, Whiskers. If you can forgive me, let us be allies, united against a common foe. Come now, I'm the one who should apologize to you. After all, my father and the Empire did, even if not all of their own volition. Their crimes will never be forgotten. I'd even hazard even victory over the Empire won't be enough to ease such pain. And even now that I know the truth behind the Bozar incident, all it's done is make me question the choices that led me here to this moment. But you have clarity now, right? But regardless of the past, we have to keep pressing forward one step at a time. For freedom. Just as the heroes of Eld would have done, we Bozons grew up on such tales of peerless warriors, pure of heart and unwavering in their conviction. Yet here we are, still full of doubt and uncertainty. Will we ever earn our place in the pages of history? Cheer up, Bossian. If we live long enough, perhaps we'll be the ones to pen them. Yeah, I think we can all smile about that. So, sometime later... You say the crystal focus is no longer responsive? Uh-oh. We used all of it?
It would appear what stores of ether resided within it have been depleted. I did not expect our exploration of your mind to be such a taxing endeavor. Once I identify its etheric affinity and a power source with a compliant energy frequency, I'm confident its reserves can be replenished.
I thought perhaps the Alliance could use it to extract information from some of the less cooperative Gaulian captives, but nothing's ever that easy, is it? Well, maybe that time will come. I'm afraid etherology is beyond the scope of my expertise, so I'll leave the rest to you. If you need anything, don't hesitate to call for me.
Thank you for all your help, Master Sid.
Well, I better head back. I have a mountain of work waiting for me. Yeah, a mountain of work that Jesse keeps dumping onto you.
Before you go...
Yeah, what's up? Say it, Makoto.
If you ever feel lost, you can always talk to me.
Of course, if I run into any ether-related problems, you'll be the first to know. I don't think that's quite what she meant. As Makoto expresses her, disappointment at the misinterpretation.
But I really must get to work on the crystal focus.
Yeah, better get at it. So yeah, we'll have to speak with Marasak to complete this particular quest, but we're not quite done yet. There's still some stuff left to do before we can call it good over here. So once Marasak returns, we will go ahead and speak with him. There he is. Everything is not lost in place to begin work on the weapons of Queen Gunhilda's guard. Master Gelt will be able to apprise you of any further progress in their forging. In the meantime, we will begin preparations for battle. I look forward to seeing you on the front lines. And so with that, for completing this quest, we get 3,734 gil. Returning to all the Aethernet shards of the Doman Enclave will now unlock Gangos as an Aethernet destination, which I still need to do once I get this all said and done. Because yeah, I haven't officially attuned Shinji to all the Aetherites in Doma. Meanwhile, at Valnain in Dalmasca, yeah, in occupation territory, people who we saw during the Zodiac Wave story are once again making an appearance. Yeah, more expect the unexpected stuff coming around. All spies of the Gangnos encampment have been confirmed on work on the blades of Gunhilda is underway. Yeah, hey there, Gabranth. They are welcome to them. Who has need of such trinkets when the Lady of Blades will soon be in play? We'll proceed as planned. When the forces reach Bozia, you know what must be done. Understood. The Empire is fated to fall, but in its place a new nation shall rise grander and mightier than anything the Gullings could have ever dreamed. And you're the man who seeks to lead it? And it shall be made possible by the very power they abhor. So we know we've already acquired Construct 8 from the second part of the 24-player raid, Read Around a Lighthouse. But yeah, on the Edge of Memory, Save the Queen, Chapter the 1st. So yeah, this task is not quite over yet. At least, not in the present time. We'll have to wait until another time for that to come around. And we are in the achievement Sidception, which, pretty much if you've been paying attention to the log window, has been spoiling that for a while now. No less than an hour and a half. So yeah, more precursors to what's to come. Before we go over to where Geralt is,
As you'll notice, someone else has come around. More blasts from the past, in the wandering dramaturge who really had a penchant for bacon bread. So why is he here? Shinji! My, that I should find you here of all places! Though I suppose that's only right, considering I followed you. My well of inspiration has run dry, you see, and it is my hope that a change of scenery might offer the impetus my work requires. And time and again you have proven a knack for finding fascinating locales with equally fascinating stories unfolding soon after. When such a tale finally does unfold, I should very much like to hear it. Well, why don't I tell you about this? Yeah, give him details on Forrest the Prince. Battle fought in the mind of a dear companion. How thrilling, how compelling. Please tell me more. Of course I can. Here's what you need to know. A spectre of the late Emperor Varus. I suppose even a figment of one's memory, assuming sufficient creative liberties are taken, can prove as fearsome as a man of flesh and blood. Admittedly, I cannot claim to have witnessed his past firsthand, but who has not heard tales of his savagery, his unparalleled might? Yes, I do believe inspiration has struck, my friend. The brutal battle of words which preceded a nightmarish clash twixt the Emperor and the realm's greatest liberator. You would dare approach me thus, Lord Varus scoffed. Where men of greater strength and mind would both flee, you would dare to commit such folly. To which the liberator coolly replied, how else am I to smite thee, save, approaching... Looks like you hit writer's block again. An admirable attempt if I was still learning my letters, perhaps. It seems my prose yet wants for inspiration. Might you humor me with a more detailed account of your confrontation? I require a more vivid picture if I'm to do justice to your deeds. Very well then. So, he will have the opportunity to learn more, and we unlock Memoria Misera. Items earned in Memoria Misera can be exchanged for gear and other items by speaking with Santana in Revenant's Toll. Yeah, more goodies to take on if you wanted to get a new, enhanced version of Prince Varus. But for now, let's go ahead and over and speak with Geralt. And we'll go ahead and take on his quest. You're here, good. Ready to get working on the resistance weapons, lad? Please note that upon completing the quest Fire in the Forge, you will receive a resistance weapon for a Dragoon. So, yeah, undertake this quest as another job or as a Dragoon. Meaning, we can do this as many times as we want as long as we have level 80s, plus some additional items too. Let's undertake this quest as a Dragoon, and take on the quest entitled Fire in the Forge. Geralt looks ready to fire up his forge. Lock the name of resistance weapon. It crossed my mind to call him Gunhilda's Blades, but after talking with Messiah, we figured it'd be too confusing seeing that that's also the name of the Queen's Garb. Anyway, your timing couldn't be better. Before we get to working in earnest, I was hoping you could tell me a bit more about what went on with Sid's Morgan. I've heard a fair bit from Makoto, but I'd like to know if you saw any different. And so he goes and explains to Geralt. Sounds like I was right to ask before it's set to work. Seems to me those fancy markings to weapons are mainly for show. I can copy them all, but that won't be enough. Like as not, they were carved into the hilts as well. And to make sure the spell can take hold, you'll need a finish with fine powder as conductor to Aether. For material like that, I reckon you need to consult the alchemist of Raz at Han, and I can only think of one person with close contacts there. Yeah, Uena or... oh god, you don't mean... yeah, we're gonna make you suffer some more. Oh, the demon is a coin. But not to worry, lad, it just so happens she's been keeping up a steady shipment of supplies here on contract. If we say we need the powder for the resistance, we might be able to convince her to weigh the costs. Do you think we can? She ain't usually one to do business by charity, I know, but it's worth a try, eh? I'll see about getting in touch with her, and after I do, you can go and meet her with and figure out the rest. Alright. Well, you don't expect me to go with her, do you? Working on the resistance weapons kept me too busy by half, and Drake here, what was your name again?
Zlatan, Master Gelt. My name is Zlatan. Yeah, as in the legendary Swedish soccer player from 10 years ago. But more importantly, what if Mistress Rowena doesn't agree to a charitable contribution to our cause? I'm sure if you and Bosse and ask her nicely, she might come around, but never mind that, we have important work to do. As for where to find Rowena, before she left Gongos, she said she'd be stopping over in Kugani on business. I thought I'd have you meet her at the Umineko tea house. If we're lucky, a nice cup of tea might draw in the mood. And so we'll go ahead and do that. So now, Resistance Weapons, the saga of Gunhilda's Blades is officially underway. So we'll go ahead and meet up with her at the tea house, but of course we need to make sure we can get back successfully, so we'll head to the Enclave first to unlock the remaining Aetherites. Yeah, I was surprised when I saw that Shinji does not have them all unlocked. He's still got some unaccounted for. Yeah, I could have sworn that was something I took care of during the reconstruction. But apparently not. I think it said we need to go northwest for this one. At least I think this is the one. Nope, that's not right. Oh, it's down southward. Yeah, it's a shame I can't fly in here or run faster. But we'll get there. Yeah, here it is. Yeah, this is where the Risaijuku school is. And now we have access to all the Enclave destinations. Now let's go to Kugane. I cannot believe how warm it is in my apartment. Alright, so off we go. Yeah, this is right around where we're expected to visit her. You know, so as we chill out in the rain.
I was wondering when you'd show up. Geralt told me everything.
Yeah, hey there, Rowena. Sorry I brought you out here in this weather.
Unluckily for you, my business here was at the Thavnerian consulate. Here you are. This should be enough powder for one of those resistance weapons you're forging.
I appreciate that, thank you.
I've got to hand it to Geralt. Seems he spends half his time getting deeper in debt and the other half avoiding payment. Fine by me though, thanks to his scheming I have a little more leverage over the resistance and by extension him as well.
Yeah, you're just eating it up, aren't you?
Pass along a message to Geralt and Bossian for me, won't you? If they require more material for these weapons, I'd be more than happy to supply them. For a fee, of course. Same goes for you. I know you avenging types are always looking to be prepared for any sort of encounter, so if you're thinking of forging another of these resistance weapons, and I suspect you are, you know where to go. I'll see to my girls in Revenant's Toll and Idleshire keep their shelves stocked. Until next time.
Yeah, until we meet again, whenever that may be. He was like, how do I keep getting involved in this relationship? So now we gotta go back to Congos. You will be mine, Vista, one day. I need some water. Alright. Let's on back to Gangos. Yeah, it only just occurred to me now that I easily could have, I just thought of Gangnam Style now by Psy. You guys all know that song. Yeah, could have turned it into What's Not Gangnam Style! Alright, so upon our return, let's go ahead and speak with Geralt because he's in here somewhere. Weapons nearly finished, Shinji. Just needs a nice coating with that powder to finish the inscription. Here you go, Davnarian scale powder. Of course she bloody found what we needed. As much as I hate fattening her purse with another man's coin, at least now we can do our part for the resistance. And so, with us bearing witness, gives the go-ahead to Zlatan. Time to do what Geralt does best. And when it's all said and done, behold! Feast your eyes on some of the finest work to date. Best of all, the inscription will react to your aether. A right fine weapon to rally the Bozyans. Stratsak, I reckon Gunhild will be proud. And so are we. Yeah, look how huge this thing is. That I should behold the glory of the fabled blades born anew. Hope is not yet lost. All in a day's work for the old pal Geralt. Of course, this is only the beginning. Indeed it is. Your skills with a hammer will truly a sight to behold, Master Geralt. And to see Shinji wielding one of their holy blades thus, it is as if I stand before one of the heroes of Eld. When the time comes to do battle with the Empire, our brothers in arms will look upon you and know courage. On behalf of the Bosyan Resistance, I offer you my humblest thanks for your aid thus far. Glad we could help. Hopefully in the next expansion it's just the beginning. I'll have to start fresh on another weapon, while I have to use every last morsel of the power on that one. You know what that means? Meaning we'll have to find ourselves indebted further to Mistress Uena, were we to acquire more. I must consult Bosyan before we proceed further. Looks like we'll take a short break then, eh? If you find yourself wanting for another weapon though, just come and speak with me helper here. I believe we can do that. I think I've earned myself a nice flag and ale tonight to celebrate the fortune, of course. Well, hopefully there's some in supply there for you. And so with that, we complete this quest and receive the Dry Sack Lance. A repeated quest is now available from Zlatan and Gangos. This quest may be accepted to create resistance weapons for other jobs. Please ensure you've changed to your desired job before speaking with Zlatan. Furthermore, Thalnarian scale powder can now be purchased from Oriana Revenant's Toll or his Mena at Idleshire. And with that, we earn the achievement Piece de Resistance Drysack. Yeah, let's see if there's any achievements or titles associated with these. Because they were for the original relic weapons. Okay, and there's no title gain for the Bozia incident completion. That's fine. Well, I do have another opportunity because, given that we need to get more of the scale powder, I can get another weapon tonight. Because Shinji has enough tomestones of poetics to be able to get another one. So, what do you say we go ahead and do just that? And, given that we are helping out the Gunholder's blades, and given how much the Bozia is about the Gunbreaker, I'd say we switch to that. Yeah, with the OG Warrior of Light armor on, no less. Let's go and speak with Zlatan again. So, we want to do this as a Gunbreaker, for the quest resistance is not futile. Zlatan is gravely concerned about the potential cost of forging additional resistance weapons. We shall forge another resistance weapon. We do have a surplus of materials from the first, but there still remains the matter of the powder. When we first resolved to undertake the forging of these weapons, we understood it would come at a considerable cost, but it is no exaggeration to say that a single weapon has greatly taxed our coffers. It shames me to ask this after you've done so much for our cause, but might we prevail upon you to procure the powder on our behalf? Hopefully acquiring the means to barter for additional powder shouldn't be too taxing a task for a worldly adventurer such as yourself. So, let's go ahead and get ourselves another weapon. So, we will go ahead and take their advice. We will warp over to Remnant's Toll. It'll cost me the same amount of gil no matter which direction I go. And so we'll head off to Mordona. Not surprisingly, it will also be very busy here tonight, too. Then again, it was also going to be very busy at Idleshire, given what everyone is doing currently. And of course, I do need to provide the details on what these weapons have as far as stats are concerned. But before we do that, let's go over to Oriana and speak with her. We want to go into the special arms menu and get some more Thalnarian scale powder. We can have as one for 250 tomestones. In this instance, we'll take 4 for 1,000 because we do require 4. We now have the required amount, so let's now take it back. Also, that's a very elaborate Japanese name. So yeah, back to the Enclave, and then we'll go back to Gongos. It's a shame we can't just warp back to Gongos directly. Alright, Gongos. Alright, and we have returned. Let's give the scale powder to Zlatan. I take you to pay visit to the House of Splendors? Indeed we have. We got 4 more units of scale powder for you. There you go.
Excellent. I will have Master Gelt set to work at once.
Yeah. Hey there, Gelt. It's time for round 2. Linen will rain its pockets again. Or linen, rather. Better your coin than the Bozans, I suppose. If you're sure about this, we'll get to finishing your weapon. Do it. Yeah, time for you to team up again. Yeah, have at it there, Geralt. And so this time, this is what we're getting. Some best luck if I do say so myself. And what's it called? Oh, Crown's Blade. Yeah, it doesn't help that the text is in purple. It makes it hard to read. Yeah, now we have a bonafide Bozan Gunblade. Yeah, Zlatan approves. If what we learned about the Blades of Gunhild is true, you can make them stronger depending on what manner monster you felled with them. Should hold true for yours as well. So once you put her through her paces, come back and we'll see about toughening her up. Oh, we can do something like that? So that will take the Gun's Blade, known as Crown's Blade. So yeah, on one night, Shinji gets 2 of these. Piece de Resistance, Crown's Blade achieved. So yeah, let's go ahead and sample these weapons, shall we? Now that we have 2 of them. Yeah, obviously we'll give the Crown's Blade to him since he's on Gunbreaker. As you can see, this is a 485 item level weapon. And something you don't see on a weapon very often, or any piece of other armor for that matter, 5 materia slots. 5 of them. So yeah, suffice it to say that that is a big deal. Definitely helps if you're tiding over for 490 when you're doing Eden and trying to get the 7 weekly pieces out of that battle when you're doing when you're fighting Reen playing the role of Shiva. And then of course it also creates the dilemma of, is the 490 going to be better than this 485? It'll certainly be a dilemma for sure. Then of course we also got our brand new Dragoon weapon, the Dryzak. Go ahead and equip that. So yeah, this is not only now going to be the new weapon that Shinji is going to be wielding for the time being, but it's also now going to be our permanent glamour. Once we get a stronger lance, this will become the new look. I know after 5 long years of the Gay Bolg serving as the Dragoon relic weapon in our primary weapon glamour that it's done very good and it's served its purpose very well, but the time has come for us to embrace the Resistance and their new relic weapons along with it. So we'll be doing exactly that with our other Warriors of Light, our other Dragoons who come through, and of course Mathai and Corinne will also be upgrading to these as well. So you can expect to see a lot of these, plus since of course Mathia is getting level 80 on everything, that means you guys will get to see every single one of these Resistance weapons. You will get to see the full arsenal before the next expansion comes out, and I really cannot wait to see how every single relic weapon looks. Of course, we'll see what happens as we continue to grind, but it also gives me more of an excuse to grind for Tomestones of Poetics, because that means more scale powder, that means more Resistance weapons that you guys get to see. So yeah, you can definitely look forward to it when we get to streaming this game again, but of course, what's coming up in a couple of days. So tomorrow we will be going back to Persona 5 as we are getting ready to prepare for sending Makoto, with an A, back over to the area where she needs to have a bank issue written off, as it were. And I can't wait to see how it all unfolds. And then After that, on Thursday and Friday, it will be the original and remakes version of Final Fantasy VII. And so, yeah, with the sunlight coming down, I think it makes sense that we try and get this into as much light as possible so that we really can get to see the Dryzag in all of its badass splendor. So, with that, I'd like to thank everyone for watching the continuation of Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV Shadowbringers Live. And I'll see you guys back here tomorrow night for more Persona 5 as we make our way back into the crazy bank. So, thank you very much everyone for watching, and until next time everyone, may you ever walk in the light of the crystal.